Did you know that cleaning out even one drawer can help shift the energy and get things flowing to you in your life? It's really true. Clutter represents stuck energy, and we often in Feng Shui will talk about the various areas of your life that are impacted by the clutter. So if you have a really cluttered closet in your career area, for example, it can keep you from moving forward in that part of your life. Clutter represents stuck energy. So when you have a lot of clutter in various areas of your home, what you want cannot be attracted to you. Opportunities can't flow to you, money can't flow to you. There's just a whole connection with clutter and flow. So your clutter is actually impacting you. And when you walk into a room that feels cluttered, you almost might even have like a visceral reaction to this, right? So where you just feel like, ooh, this doesn't feel good to me. And your body's like, oh, I want to get out of here. So there may be some spaces in your home that you don't even want to go into because it just doesn't feel good, right? And your home does reflect and affect your life. So what's happening in your home with clutter or things breaking down or whatever's happening is reflecting what's happening in your life. This is a Feng Shui principle. And it's also affecting what's happening in your life. So it can be really hard to move forward if we have a lot of clutter. And I actually want to share that decluttering is a part of Feng Shui. So there's actually 4 steps to Feng Shui, and I'll just run through all of them, but I'm going to focus this video on clutter because that's what we're talking about, and this is a great time of year to be decluttering. So the 4 steps to Feng Shui are this. The first step is clearing your space. So that's energetically clearing your space. And I'll put links to some videos below that give you a little bit more information on the other steps. So that's step 1. Step 2 is actually clearing the clutter. So cleaning and clearing the clutter, that's step 2, and we're going to dive into that a little bit more. Step 3 is making repairs. So fixing things that are broken in your home is also part of Feng Shui. And then the 4th step, which is what most people think of when they think of Feng Shui, is making adjustments with intention. So this is where you're doing something specific, you're placing a specific object, or you're moving something with a specific intention to create or attract something in your life. So those are the 4 basic steps to Feng Shui. So clearing clutter is actually step 2 of Feng Shui. It's really a big part of what we do when we're talking about Feng Shui. So I'm going to be sharing a little throwback video in a moment here, but I just want to talk to you for a minute about how you might be feeling. So a lot of times what I hear from clients is that they feel stuck, or they maybe feel overwhelmed by all of the things and even don't know where to start, right? When they're thinking about decluttering or getting rid of stuff, they have no idea where to start. And so you probably know, if you're watching this video, that you've got some stuff to get rid of, right? And maybe you've been meaning to take care of this clutter for several months or maybe even longer than that. And it's overwhelming. You know, you look around your home, you see there's a lot of stuff to do, but you don't know where to start. So I'm going to share later how I can help you with that. But what I want you to think about is how you really want to feel in your home. And this is, you know, coming back to what we talked about in last week's video, which is when you went through and rated the different areas in your home. So how do you want to feel? I imagine that you want to feel calm. You want to feel peaceful. You want to feel supported. You want to be able to find your things, right? I'm going to share now with you a throwback video from 2017, actually. And I had filmed this video on my lanai. At the time, I lived in Wailea and I had this beautiful lanai. So I'm going to share that throwback video with you, and I'll come back and chat with you after.
Aloha, it's Kim Julen with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here with your Feng Shui Friday quick tip for you. And we're continuing on the theme of our basic steps for Feng Shui. So this is going to be step 2 that we're going to be covering today. And this is related to cleaning and removing clutter. So we do obviously want to keep our homes clean. That brings good energy, fresh energy into the space. We also want to make sure that our homes are clutter free. And this tends to be a challenge for a lot of people just because it just is, right? All of us typically have specific areas that tend to gather some clutter. I'm going to give you a few ideas about how to clear that, as well as a beautiful book that is going to help you. So one of the things that you can do if you have a clutter spot in your home, an area that just tends to gather clutter, go ahead and ring a bell over that clutter. And it sounds funny, but the intention around this is it will stir up the energy around that clutter. It also helps you make decisions about what to do with those things. And so I've done this. I used to do this in my son's bedroom. Shh, don't tell him. But when he was a teenager and it would just be a disaster, I'd go in there when he was at school and I'd go ring the bell, and then pretty soon he'd be like, "Oh, Mom, I really want to clean my room. Will you help me?" Yeah, sure I will, right? So that's a beautiful way to use that bell energy to kind of stir things up, and it helps you make decisions about things. I did this in my old home. On a counter, I rang a bell over the counter, and I ended up not only cleaning off the counter, but the drawers underneath it as well. I was inspired to do it. The other thing that you can do with clutter is, if it feels overwhelming, is just get rid of 9 things every day. Okay, 9 is a great feng shui number. It's all about reaching new heights. And so getting rid of 9 things each day is a beautiful way to play with that energy. Or you can set a timer for 9 minutes a day and just work on one area for 9 minutes a day. And that can help shift the energy in the space. Clutter is really stuck energy. It stops us from moving forward. When we have a lot of clutter on horizontal spaces especially, it can block our vision. So then we're not able to see even where we're headed or what the next step is for us. And there is something to be said for clutter and weight gain as well. So I do notice that with some of my clients that have more clutter tend to have more weight that they're carrying as well. So there is a correlation between those two things also. So there's a great book that I'm going to recommend to really clear the clutter out of your life and your home. It's called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. It's by Marie Kondo. I have no affiliation with her or anything. I just love this book, and it's worked for me as well as many, many of my clients. So I recommend it to all my clients, and it's a book that I'm going to recommend that you grab if you are having any issue with clutter.
It's always fun to go back and watch those old videos that I've created and to realize that the concepts that I was sharing are still valid today. So I want to share how I can help you with your clutter and clearing it out once and for all. I have a brand new declutter course that is out now, and it is completely different because I combine a step-by-step approach with my feng shui expertise and personal tips and tricks to make decluttering and organizing so much easier for you. So here's the thing. You can definitely go and buy the Marie Kondo book. I do highly recommend that book, but to have the impetus to actually do the work, I think it's helpful to have someone that's guiding you through that. And this course that I've created is called the Declutter Your Home, Elevate Your Life course. And I help really take out the overwhelm so you can declutter step by step on your own schedule. It's a systematic approach, and I help you with my tried and true methods plus my feng shui expertise. And when you are done with the course, it's my intention that your space feels good, you feel more open, more organized, more peaceful, supportive, all of those kind of things. You're going to be amazed at how energized and free you feel after each and every area that you declutter. So each little step that you take, you're going to be feeling better as you go along. You don't need to do it all to feel better. You're going to start feeling better immediately as you start taking these steps. But of course, it all begins with you taking the first step by registering for the course right now. And I do have a coupon code that's available for a limited time. So check in the description for that coupon code. And we'll see you on the next video.